Yeah, this is my spoiler warning, so if you've not seen this film, then click off. But this is my spoiler warning. Alright. Oh, they really love you. Thank you. So, Bob, so I've been hearing rumors that you are a superstar. Is that right?
I'm a superstar.
Yeah, like I said, just rumors. Spoiler, he is. So, Bob, how should we start this interview?
From the beginning.
Fair enough. How long have you been doing reggae music?
All my life.
Okay. And how do you see reggae music as?
Reggae is the people music. Come to unify the people. You can't separate the music and the message.
Interesting. So what would you say is your ultimate goal with reggae music in not wanting to separate the message / the music?
Peace.
And do you believe that peace is the way to unifying?
There's no other way.
I like that. So to change gears here, so sadly I've heard you've been diagnosed with some sort of toe-type cancer in your big toe. Do you fear for your life?
My life is not important to me. My life is for people. One love, one heart, one destiny.
Oh wow. That's quite bold. Anyway, so lastly here. So I've seen the new biopic about you that came out later this week.
You like that one?
Well, Bob, I can't really say I liked it, and sadly, when I do a movie review about it, it's not really gonna be all that positive. Bob. Where's he going? Just a moment, folks. Bob, why do you have a chair?
Don't lie to me.
Bob, what? What's up, people? Today I'll be doing a movie review for Bob Marley, One Love. As usual, I'll be giving you the breakdown. Initial thoughts, positives and negatives. The positives is going to be performances, violent setup / sequences, and message portrayals. For negatives, it will be sloppy flashbacks, the message, how it could have been more in depth, and interviews / fans. And then I'll end it with my ending thoughts. So hearing about this biopic and seeing the trailer for it, it definitely made me gain curiosity in wanting to see the kind of messages / ideas that the real Bob Marley posed and put out. After seeing this film, I definitely found it struggling in getting the idea of Bob Marley in a more depth manner. First, I'll be talking about performances. When it came to scenes with the band together and the concerts, it was a good time. Seeing the band filled with energy when producing music, just trying to get the right feeling of the beats, especially the concert scenes with the actor that played Bob Marley, just capturing the sporadic movements as he performed on stage. Just a fun and energetic time in seeing how they get a build-up going for a song and enjoying that moment when on stage. Next will be the violent setup / sequences. This is something I appreciated the most for this film. How at the beginning it showed real-life footage of the violence that was happening around this time, being at the brink of a civil war. It just hits you in the face with it, just being direct about it. As well as certain upcoming sequences after that, such as a drive-by shooting during a soccer game and 2 random members entering Bob Marley's house and one of them shooting at him with a pistol. It was a good setup base of sequences in just showing how bad the overall atmosphere was. Next, I'll talk about message portrayals. When these moments happen, it shines light on the ideas that Bob Marley wanted to portray. The example was more towards the end during an interview for the One Love concert. Another would be at the beginning about the concert he planned on doing. While they are presented, a negative I'll say just briefly is that execution wasn't done well, and other factors definitely play on that. Moving on to the negatives, first I'll talk about sloppy flashbacks. interviews. I understand that they use these flashbacks to cover moments of Bob's early life, but they felt sloppy in their moments when being shown. Didn't get much from the ones of him and his lover, and the one in showing his old band he was in was completely random after the montage of the success of his song Exodus. They definitely needed to be placed better in scenes where they could have had a much better significance and just in general just been a more appropriate time for them. Next will be messages and having more depth. As the 2 times I mentioned on Bob expressing his overall message, it's there, but quite lacking in not only the amount of times, but as well just like the depth of it. The message he portrays is mainly on a surface level and could have been expressed in a more impactful manner. So more scenes just expressing his message as a whole would have been nice. And a little quick mention back with the flashbacks. If they were implemented better, that factor could have definitely helped when it comes to like helping portray his message or where he could have really developed these sort of messages as he was growing up with this particular component. And this last point as well, being interviews/band scenes. This can definitely be a continuation from my last point, and even the one before, like my second to last point for the negative as well, on being a solution in expressing Bob's message throughout these types of scenes. Would have been nice to see longer interviews and let them ride on Bob talking, and depending on his dialogue, could have been an opportunity to use a flashback during the interviews. In terms of the band scenes, it would have been more on exploring the actual meanings of his songs and the inspiration behind them, adding more depth on Bob's thought process as it's being expressed and providing any necessary context that caused the inspiration, whether it may be factually true or just if they have to do a little bit of artistic license. Either way, it could have definitely helped on just giving a better visual representation on his kinds of messages. So as a whole, it was a general struggle in getting a better/impactful understanding on Bob as the kind of person he was, not passing from a surface level. Whether it's the lacking of scenes to help out in portraying Bob's messages, or the more enjoyable scenes and seeing the band jamming out as they produce a song. I think there needed to be a second look on like scenes for this film and having just a better implementation on it, especially with the flashbacks. As for the rating, I'll be giving Bob Marley One Love a 6 out of 10.
Anyways, later.